Well, hey gang, how you doing? Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, coming to you from La Paz, Baja, Mexico, and covering all of the fishing action for our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet for the dates of the 27th of September through the 6th of October 2025. Wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for spending time with us. And like I always request, if you like what we've been doing now for about 30 years, please give us a thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, a lot to tell you about. I'm sorry that I'm a couple of days later than normal, but we had some technical glitches down here. And so let's talk about what's been going on. It's gotten a little, well, I'll tell you what, the seasons are definitely changing. It's been a hot, intense summer down here, but the temperatures have gotten a little cooler. It's gone a little bit, I'm going to say we're about 20 degrees cooler than we were this summer. And just when I thought that things have completely changed, it has gotten a little warmer, but the humidity's definitely gone down. Air temperatures have gone down, but the water, this is why I really like this time of year. The waters are still very warm. I'm getting some temperature readings of 85 to 88 degrees on the surface. And that means that's going to reflect on what we're catching. Pretty much, I'm going to tell you, the last couple of weeks, I think this has been the best year for tuna that I've seen in maybe the last 10, 12 years down here. Don't know what causes it. I don't know what causes the cycle, but over around Cerralvo Island and for our Tailhunter sport fishing fleet out of Muertos Bay and the Las Arenas area, we're still getting football-sized tuna, maybe 5 to 10 pounds, some larger fish up to about 30 and 40 pounds. Some days are better than others. Some boats do better than others. Some folks, well, they tell me, well, it was a lousy fishing day, but then I talked to the captain. Well, turns out they lost 4 or 5 fish, so good fishing day, bad catching day, but the fish are definitely out there, and the tuna seem to be hanging on. Just when I get excited and worry that if I talk too much about tuna, I'm going to jinx things, the tuna come back. So everyone's getting some tuna. There's some nicer Dorado over on that side of the fishing area, especially around Cerralvo Island and around the buoys, Punta Perrito, and down towards Boca de Alamo. Some nicer fish too, some maybe 5 to 15 pound Dorado are rounding things out. But also, I can tell things are changing because we're getting some weird fish that I'm not used to seeing this time of year. I'm seeing some pompano, seeing some Sierra are coming in as well, and these are cold water fish. Seeing some I'm seeing some, we got an amberjack as well, and these are colder water fish. And the roosterfish are still there. I'm surprised. Usually we're not seeing roosterfish, but there's some 5 to 10 to 15 pound roosterfish along the shoreline. So some guys who always wanted to get that, that roosterfish off the bucket list, they're still there, and usually we're not seeing them this time of the year. But, the big ones, those 50 to 100 pounders, are still down here from May through June and into July. Also, still seeing some billfish. Most of these billfish are not being caught intentionally, but, you're fishing for the Dorado and you get into a school of bonito or something like that, and big boy comes along, he eats one of the little baits that's on a little tiny hook, or he eats actually one of the bonito or one of the Dorado, and boom, you're on a billfish. So we've actually hooked a couple of blues, a couple of sailfish, as well as a couple of stripers. None of the fights last too long. A couple have been brought to the boats and have been released. Other fish we're catching, there's some pargo, there's some cabria, but pretty much most of the catch has been Dorado and it's been tuna. And take a look at the photos. That's going to tell you pretty much what we've been catching down here. I will tell you once again that we have had a lot of rain over the last 3 weeks, and that means there's been some puddling here and there. And if there's some puddles, that means that there's going to be mosquitoes and flies bursting out. And we have had quite an infestation for the last week and a half or so of mosquitoes, flies, gnats, pretty butterflies. There are butterflies all over the place. They're called sulfurs. Pretty yellow butterflies are just about everywhere. But it wouldn't hurt for at least the next week or so to bring a little bit of repellent. You know, nothing like a mosquito buzzing in your ear at night. But it's going to be a week or two until these bugs die off. But that being said, looking at the forecast in the next couple of days, it looks like there's another tropical storm, maybe a small hurricane, coming up the Pacific side. It doesn't look like it's going to hit us, but it's going to be like the last couple of storms that have come up. They come up the Pacific side, but you know how those arms are of the storm, they outreach into some certain areas. I think we're going to get a little bit of rain, maybe some scattered thunder showers later in the week. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep you posted. Hopefully nothing bad's going to happen. Hopefully not having to cancel any fishing trips, but as far as the bugs are concerned, that's probably going to drop some water here and there. And once again, we're going to have a little hatch of bugs and mosquitoes and all kinds of other little critters. So a little repellent might go a long way. Anyway, that's going to be a quick wrap up. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for checking in. Really appreciate you spending time with us. Take care of each other. God bless. And I'm Jonathan for the Mexican Minute. We'll catch you next week.